Hi, Jason. Good to see you again.
Ahmed.
Yeah, nice. That was I would say, a good result despite the way it panned out. Talk to us about how you saw it from your point of view.
Yeah, obviously, the main thing for us after Saturday's win was to get another good performance from the lads. We're in a good place at the minute. We started, I thought, very well in the game. Although Dean pulled off a great save early on from a Brundle header, I think that was probably the only real chance that they had on our goal, and it felt very much that we were looking towards that bottom end for most of the first half. We had a couple of really good moves early on that we nearly scored from, and you're hoping that one goes in. And then I thought that the goal that we did get was a terrific ball from Craig Eastman and Omar. It's good to see him get another goal arriving in the box with a good header. So, obviously very pleasing to get the early goal. We would have liked to have probably got another one. I think our play probably deserved another goal before half time. But credit to Dagenham. Obviously, they changed their shape. They had to change their shape, really. And they put it on us a bit more second half. And it was a bit of a sort of tighter game. Wasn't as open as it had been first half. And, weren't particularly happy with the goal that we conceded. But, the boys then showed a bit of resilience after that. And obviously, after the sending off, it was one-way traffic. And, we were knocking on the door. But unfortunately couldn't quite force another goal. But all in all, it's a decent point against a good side. And I think once they get up and running, Dagenham will be a good side to they'll certainly progress up the league. And I think it was a good point overall.
Absolutely. Covering on that particularly because it was a very long time last night where Sutton were marauding the red wall that was in front of them, and many chances, especially right at the end. Callum Keeley missing from quite
Yeah.
close out. So, yeah, as you say, Sutton should have won the game in the way we dominated the first half. I think the second half did change up a bit. Let's just cover on the fact that we've had two outstanding performances. We had Alexander Goodliffe on Saturday, and then last night was Omar Bagul and Craig Eastman, who yet again is involved in a Sutton goal. He somehow just seems to be involved in everything nowadays for Sutton. How have you seen him sort of adapt to not only being captain but playing out of position again? He's done it before, of course, but he's really seeming to knuckle down and get the performances in for Sutton, especially in a very, very good performance last night again.
Yeah, well, I think for us, Eastie, when I first came to the club, struggled a little bit through injury at the start of last season and was a little bit stop-start. And it wasn't until we sort of started on our good run, sort of from November onwards, when Eastie became a real sort of big part of the middle of the midfield there, and he really sort of drove us on in terms of our performances. Since he's been made captain, I've seen a different side to him. He's really showing great leadership qualities. All the lads look up to him. Even in training, his his quality and his his hunger to keep improving is brilliant. And at the moment, we obviously chucked him in at centre half early in the season when Goody and Louis John were injured, and he took to it very, very comfortably. And likewise at right back, he's certainly giving us a few issues at the minute as to where to play him, because he, wherever we play him, he's proving to be one of our better players. So
Absolutely.
he's been first class.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that, and he's turning into a really important player. I'd say the same for Harry and Omar and Isaac too. So obviously last night, very important, the result we picked up despite the way it happened, to be able to still be, and somehow we moved up in the table last night to second place, which makes Saturday's game in front of the BT cameras massive for Sutton as they take on Wealdstone away from home.
Yeah.
It should be in some cases. Obviously, normally promoted teams like Wealdstone would struggle in the league like this. They wouldn't be able to make such a positive start and languish in mid-table. But it's very different with this sort of team. They seem to be striking wins together. They're putting great performances in. They've been likes of Wrexham, had good results away from home as well this season, Kings Lynn. So looking at them, especially with how, even though we are in November, how important this game is. How important is it to get a result away from home against a very good team who's made a very good start to the season?
Yeah, well, I've been fortunate enough to watch Wealdstone live a couple of times on the sort of weekends that we've not played. So we know quite a bit about them. I know their manager Dean very well. He's always encouraging his teams to attack. They do try to play. They try to get the ball forward, and they can hurt teams as their league form shown. They've certainly got goals in the team. So for us, it will be a case of making sure that defensively we're sound and we're organised and doing the right things there. We expect it to be a tough game. They're on a great run of form. I know they lost last night, but before that they were 5 games on a winning streak. So we know it'll be a tough game, and it's a tough place to go. Willstone, it always has been, and we expect no different on Saturday. But the good thing for us is our away form's been very good. We've picked up 3 wins on the road, and all being well, if we can get the same level of performance out of the players, then we're confident we can go there and win again.
Absolutely, and it will be, especially in front of the cameras, it'll be a huge game. Will it be, how key is it though to maintain the form? Yes, it's not a win, but we are still unbeaten in 3 now since we lost to Notts County, so we're starting to build some momentum again. How key is it that we get result here before the trip to Wrexham on Tuesday night?
Yeah, well, obviously, it's still early days in the season. It's still very, very early. But we're like I say, we're looking to continue. First and foremost, the level of performance, because Yeovil away, and obviously the 2 home games we've just had, the performances have been very good. And for us, it's just making sure that we, as much as we can, picking up on the same levels of energy and pace and power that we've had in those games, and taking it on to Saturday's game, and for us, if we can get the performance right and we get the right organisation about us, then we'll be going there with confidence to certainly pick up a draw, if not the 3 points. But like I say, it'll be a tough game, and everybody will have to pull their weight to make sure that we get something.
And finally, obviously, we just to do some house cleaning. We have to obviously talk about the team. Over last night, again, another very good performance, but I'm sure a very grueling evening and a very cold evening as well. How's the team? Is there any updates you can give us from last night that may affect Saturday, or will be all good?
I think at the moment it's just a case of getting a couple of days recovery into the lads, so that they won't be in now until Friday. So it's important that they'll be sort of resting and doing their recovery. Some of them will be out sort of doing a little bit of exercise and according to their bodies and who's played whatever minutes. So a lot of it that will be done by them, and then we'll be in Friday. And we'll assess the sort of levels and the squad fitness-wise. There's people chomping at the bit to play now that haven't been playing, and we'll just need to assess, sort of where we are in terms of fitness, so that we can go and, like I say, put the same level of intensity into the game on Saturday. We're very mindful of the amount of games that we have got coming up, and for us, it's just trying to make sure we get through that period with as many fit bodies as we can.
Excellent. Well, Jason, it's been a pleasure. Really appreciate you coming on. For those of you who have joined us to watch this interview, thanks for joining us. Saturday, BT Sport will be where it's live, but if you want to hear my voice while the boys are playing, Mixlr will be where it's at. Jason, thank you.
Cheers, Ahmed.
Cheers.
Take care.
Yeah.